This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I'm kind of on the outs with Little People of America.
Oh.
So I tried getting on a dating site once, and they would not let me on there because I am not a little person.
And co-host Marnie Winfield.
You're tapering yourself down from your hangover or whatever. Oh no, when that started rolling into a whole another entire day of drinking, it just didn't stop.
It is the 13th of September, 2022. My name is Corey Winfield. Marnie. No, Marnie's off tonight. It's just me. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Welcome. And just a little background. This is your first time listening. I started the podcast back in 2019, April, as a way to stay sober. And it's helped me out so far. Knock on wood. I'm going to make it through today without drinking again or using drugs. So, yeah, worked out for me pretty well so far. That's why I keep doing it, though. It's still working. So today I had to speak at a treatment center, and it's for a group of men who are in early recovery, trying to put it all together. And I started out by talking about how there's a guy that recently died just a couple days ago. That kind of thing is happening more and more, and it's sad. The guy had spoken to me about how this time was going to be different, and he had a baby on the way. And the baby was born just, I think, a day or two before my birthday. So I was like, dude, you got some good stuff going on here. And he was in the system. They turned this problem, and I say they, I mean society, which is a health issue, into a criminal issue. And it's really starting to bother me because if someone, say they get a drunk driving. Okay, we'll use that one. Nobody likes drunk drivers. And they go to court and they're sentenced to jail or they're sentenced to something else. What about getting the guy help or the woman help, the person, get them help? Will it take that time? I don't know. It's not really how it works. But at least they would have a chance. It's better than sentencing them to, well, we're going to give you your probation and 30 days in jail. Learn your lesson. It doesn't work that way. When you're dealing with addiction, the brain, it doesn't work that way. And people can stay sober when they're on paper. Sure. You get in trouble with the courts, the law. Well, okay, I'll wait 2 years, and when I'm off, I'll go back to drinking again. That happens a lot. And they'll run around and pat themselves on the back. Oh, we did good. Look at us. We got a drug court system, which to me is kind of meant to keep people in the system. Do you want to keep them in the system or do you want to get them help? Which one is it? Because I don't think you're doing both. You're barely doing one as it is. And, everybody knows that jail is a business and, they're out to make money and they're making some damn good money. And when they're told, look, clean up the streets, and we gotta take care of this crime and we're going to lock these people up. It sounds good. Like when you see politicians say that because everybody wants a safe neighborhood, right? Yeah, lock them up. But are you locking up the right people? I don't think so. And people do commit crimes when they're on drugs. Doesn't matter what drug you're doing, you can end up doing some dumb shit. And I did. I broke the law. I'd do some jail time. I'd rather not be in jail, but it did nothing to actually help my depression. It actually probably made it a little bit worse. So you get that end of it. And are we really looking after people or are we trying to punish people? Which one are we trying to do? And someone would say, well, that's what jail's for, is to punish people. Well, you're punishing people for something they don't even know they're doing wrong. If you were to take your left hand and reach for the doorknob right now, like, would you tell your hand, move to the doorknob, now open it? No, because your brain just does it. And addiction is the same thing. When we get so used to covering up our problems with something, the brain says, hey, that solved the problem. We don't feel like crap anymore. We don't feel guilty. We don't feel ashamed. We feel numb. We don't feel that right now. So that is a solution to this problem. And you keep doing that enough and your brain's like, oh, that's what we have to do. And with alcohol, your body physically becomes dependent on it. And that's a very scary thing. But drink responsibly, kids. That's what they'll tell you. Meanwhile, go buy yourself an iced tea tomorrow at the gas station and see what it's right next to. The fruity drinks that have alcohol in them. Oh, they're not marketing those towards underage. No. You got little shooters, at least in Michigan, right up at the counter, register. Grab a couple on your way out. We got pulled over for drunk driving. I wonder why. Are you kidding? Like, what are we doing, man? Like, I guess us. We're the ones allowing this to happen. It just seems like it's just too much, man. And that judge I was talking about the other day, I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but I was told that the judge here in Grand Traverse County was just like being really nasty to people. This one woman who was going to kill herself, and she tried, and the judge was giving her crap for that. And then he told her she wasn't worth anything, and that what else did he say? Don't quote me on any of this because it's not official, but the gist of it was that he wasn't going to send her to a program that does medically assisted treatment, like to get Suboxone, because he didn't want to send her to a place to give her free narcotics. I guess he said it to a few people, and the guy's just on some kind of tear because he's going to be leaving in January. Well, I'm trying to make sure he leaves earlier than that, and I hope it happens. I found out that you have to go through. Well, you don't have to go through a website, but you can go to a website and print it out. It's the State of Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission. That is who you reach out to. And you get a form and you send it in. You get it notarized, which I'll do. And I'll send it in because when I called them, I was like, look, and another, I guess, lawyer in town was like, no, complaining's not going to do anything because, they know he's on the way out and this and that. And I made sure I told the Judicial Tenure Commission when I called them that, like, I was told you guys weren't going to do anything because the dude's on his way out. And they said, no. Like, we take these very, very seriously. And they kind of seemed offended that they were being referred to as a commission that doesn't do their job. So that'll be interesting. But those are the things that we can do. Those are the steps that we can take because we don't need judges in there that are doing that, And imagine if it was your kid, your son, your daughter. Do you want them treated that way? You want them shamed right into recovery? That's never worked. Not to my knowledge. I'm sure that judge has never shamed anyone into recovery. He's probably shamed them into a deeper depression and a worse life. And like I said on the last episode, Satan's got a good spot in hell for him. And it's just when it gets to a level where it's just too much, when you hear stuff like that going on, and we're out here with 217 Recovery, we're a recovery community organization, and we're trying to help people, and we're telling people to reach out for help, get help, and then people are treated that way for something that is a health problem. It's not a criminal thing, but we make it into a criminal thing, and the jails profit off that. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but we're letting it happen. We are letting it happen, and it's just blowing my mind. And what can we do about it? I say we, because you can do something, I can do something. What are we doing about it? What steps are we going to take to change the system so that people that have problems that come up in 20 years, that they're not having to go through this crazy stuff, that they look at stuff and go, wow, kind of the way we do. We look at, back in the 50s and 60s, they throw people in the mental hospital, which they still got to do now, but that was their way of treating it, and now we look at that and go, oh my gosh, that's so barbaric. Like, I can't believe people did that back in the day. I want them to say that about us. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys made people jump through all these hoops just to get help for this, We're the ones that are going to change it. I was thinking about this today. Like, I wonder if my parents, if their generation was saying the same things we're saying, like, get these old people out of here. Now I'm 44. I'm a man. But I'm just saying, I wonder if they were saying the same things, because I'm sure that there's things that have changed, that generation came through and kind of fixed. But this is an issue. It's been going on for a long time. And it's now, I guess, coming out into the light because people are dying off the fentanyl or whatever. And it's just one of those things that it's like, okay, it takes that to happen for people to realize what's going on. But it's been going on for years, hundreds and thousands of years with alcohol. Nobody cared. Is it because it's a slower progression? You figure, oh, they did that to themselves. Is it because when people start drinking, they become such nasty people that nobody wants to be around them, and kind of people think, well, that's what he gets? I don't know. Drinking is, in my opinion, the worst that there is. And it's thrown right in your face everywhere you go. It's supposed to be acceptable. Oh, you just didn't drink responsibly. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. Some people can. But when you start drinking, or you have a drink to solve a problem, and your brain's taking notes, before you know it, it's the wrong problem, and off to the races. There's people, Marnie's talked about this, that didn't really drink at all until their kids were out of the house, and then they became a crazy alcoholic, and life went downhill fast. Nothing ever good happened to me while I was drinking. Not one good thing. I'll give you a list of hundreds of bad things. Not one good one. But when I was talking tonight, though, at the streaming center, I was kind of talking about that. I was talking about how the guy died, and some people think, and I used to be one of them, like, oh, I'm not going to overdose. It's not going to happen to me, bro. And people would come in, like when I'd be in treatment, and they come in, they'd talk about people are out here dying, and this and that. I'd be like, not me. But I kind of put it in perspective tonight, because I could have killed somebody. I could have killed a family of 4. I could have killed a child. Who knows? I could have killed myself too. And what does that do? Like, what's that for? And I don't even remember driving. There's no reason for me to drive. Like, it doesn't make sense why I drove. And I never thought that would happen to me. I've heard people talk about blackouts before. I just thought that was something that they made up because they cheated on their wife with some ugly person or husband or whatever. Like, I just thought people were making that up until it happened to me. And I've lost days where I just don't know, and I don't remember anything. And I wake up and see empty liquor bottles all over, and I'm just thinking, oh my God, like I had to drive to go get those. Like, oh my God, like, thank you. And I'm saying that to God right now. Thank you for getting me through that without killing anybody, and thank you, Lord, for letting me be on this side of the microphone and getting on my knees that day in that jail, in that cell, praying to you to please let that be my last drink. Because so far it has been. And I wish I would have known earlier to pray like that. Instead of, get me out of this one, Lord, I'll never drink again, but just to flat out ask, please let that be my last drink. Like I said, it has been. And I have purpose today. And I'm out doing things and helping people in the community. That's what it's all about. I was telling the guys that today too. Like, if you want the real secret answer, it's pretty simple. Get up, make your bed, and go help some people. Come home, go to bed sober, wake up, repeat. Here you go. Do that for 365 days in a row. Simple, right? But when problems come along, you start freaking yourself out. You start thinking ahead. I used to be a king of that. I would plan ahead in my head, like 5 steps ahead. Oh, but I'm never going to get there because I'm not even here yet. Oh, how am I going to do it? I might as well drink. And sometimes I would believe the fact that I was just a piece of shit drunk. I'm never going to get it. Might as well drink. I'd have 120 in the bank. Electric bill coming in is 160. Well, might as well go drink it up. Can't pay the electric. That's going to be shut off in 2 weeks. That's how I thought, which is not a good way to think, but you become accustomed to it, I guess, and you start believing that what people are saying about you, and it's just not true. There's people out there that think, oh, I got this, man. I got this. There's a dude I know that's probably never going to say that again, but he's like, no, I figured it all out. No, he didn't. I've got coming up on 4 years in December. I've not figured it out. I probably never will. Except to do the help other people thing, make my bed, help other people, go to bed sober. That's what I've been doing. So I'm going to keep doing that. It's working. But I haven't figured nothing out. There's days that are easier than others. Some days are tough. I haven't thought about drinking in quite a while. So that's a plus. But don't believe the hype. You know, people leave treatment sometimes. You hear other people say, "You got this, bro." No, stop. You got this, as in you got this addiction. You better go out and do something about it, man. You know, I tell people all the time, when you go to meetings, get that stuff off your chest. You know, don't say everything that you're going to tell your therapist, but the other stuff, get it off your chest. Let your brain take the notes. When you do that, when you go to a meeting, you just sit there all pissed off, it does nothing for you. You go there, you share, you have a good time. Your brain's writing that down. Your brain's taking notes, and it says, that was good. That made us feel better. And that replaces the substance that's being used, you know, to hide and cover those emotions. And sometimes we just got to be a part of something, you know, part of a community, part of people. In my active addiction, I'd go home, sit by myself. Nico would even, my cat, she'd even leave the room. She wouldn't want to be around when I was drinking. She didn't have time for that. That's just not the way to go. You know, but if you can go out, be a part of a meeting, you know, bring cookies every Thursday or something, I don't know. Do something for other people, you know. I'm not going to say walk old people across the street, because it's just saying that old people cross streets. Usually they have cars where I'm from. But if you need to help somebody cross the street, help them. You know, I'm just saying, help other people, and you will be so grateful that you did, and just the feeling that you get from it. You'll be helping people all the time. For reals. But it's not going to be a long podcast tonight, but I just had to get in here and do one, because I didn't want to get too far behind. On the 24th, it's supposed to be our 700th episode, and I need to make up one, which next Tuesday, a week from today, we're going to be out live in Traverse City at the library. The FAN is having an event, Families Against Narcotics is having their Recovery Month event. There's going to be speakers, free ice cream. The local radio station here in Traverse City, KLT, it's a rock station. They're going to be out there. So it'll be a good time. It'll be fun. And I said, well, hell, we might as well show up and do a live broadcast too. So we'll probably be on our Facebook feed. Oh, wait, no, because I got banned on Facebook. Yeah, a buddy of mine burned himself with, it was cookie. He was frying fish or something, he said, and he somehow grabbed the handle and it was too hot, so he dropped it. But when he dropped it, it spilled oil on his leg. Pictures look horrible. So I told him, I was like, well, cut off your leg, man. And somehow that was bad. So they banned me for a month on Facebook. So we'll go live on YouTube or something, though. We'll find a way to get it done. Or we'll just do the podcast live, whatever. But it'll be a good time if you're in Traverse City area, or maybe you want to road trip it up. It's on a Tuesday. So it's up to you. But there's free ice cream. That's what's up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm too lazy to hit the drop even. That's how bad it is tonight. But no, just tired and want to get that off my mind, and you know, my brain's taking notes. So thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again on Thursday.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.